and welcome back to the action. We are right over here bringing you all the live action from the Rebel or Renegade games. We are moving into our final heat of the day. This is the men's test 4 and test 5, heat number 3.
Indeed, and we've got the most stacked event or heat of the day. Jason Smith coming into this event with the leader's jersey. Obviously, that is not indicative of the scoreboard as it is right now, but more for how the scoreboard started at the start of the day. So we look at the field. Number 1, Justin Holiday. In lane number 2, Daniel Crystal. In lane number 3, Conrad Winovitz. In lane number 4, James Van Dongen. In lanes number 5, right next to his mentor, Jason Smith. Lane number 6, Ruan Portkit to lane number 7. Keelan Henry looking to charge up the leaderboard in lane number 8. Driss Bushia in lane number 9. Josh Kernett, and finally to wrap out your final heat for the day, Damian Buertus. Now, Matt, I love putting you on the spot.
Put me on the spot, Kent.
If you had to choose one right now, if you get this individual right, I will attempt to do a sub 2 minute 50 cal on the assault bike.
Oh man, I really don't want to get this wrong because I feel like I need to see this. Onto the 1 rep max snatch. You know, my money has to be on Jason Smith. I've seen this guy lift in the past. I know what his numbers are. I know what he's capable of. Staying calm under fatigue. I think for test number 4, that's going to be my pick. And then, this is going to be an interesting one. Who here runs really fast?
That's a good question. It's so interesting. We don't necessarily at this level get the type of data that tells us who's a great runner at this level, right? But we do know there are some big boys with some massive listed PRs. So I do hope, as much as I want Jason to win this, that I don't get to do a sub 2 minute 50 cal on the assault bike.
I do think seeing Ruan Portkita's performance yesterday, you know, I don't know, those 8 snatches as the buy-in is kind of what's going to be the separator on the guys that, you know, might be a little bit lighter, that can really drop a gear on the run.
Yeah.
But might not be able to actually get to the machine fast enough. We saw an incredible show come out from the last heat. Matthew Schiff just absolutely sent it through the run. But then again, Toy Buerta, just a much bigger, heavier athlete, just kind of closing in on him in the final stages.
Daniel Crystal currently in view right now with Willoway Fitness. He'll be in the booth after this, Matt, to do a bit of an interview with us.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting. We're going to have a little sit down and a chat with Daniel Crystal straight out of this event. So after this event, stay tuned if you want to hear a little bit of insights from one of the fittest men in Africa at the semi-final event.
Josh Kernett with an event W yesterday. Do remember the man bun does equal massive mobility.
Yeah, Josh Kernett absolutely coming out of that first event flying yesterday, and really just holding his own through all of the workouts, still holding himself a top spot here in the top 10. Again, just having a look down at the floor. From what we can see here, 4 bars are loaded, 5 bars are loaded, above that 100 mark.
And they're off to the races. Let's see how this one pans out. Now, Matthew, while we are watching these gentlemen start to get their runs underway, Brandon Jacobs has been a constant source of great intel on the chats, and he has the following to say. Driss can run really well, but depends on the snatches. Ruan will do a good on the event. Ruan for the win. So it sounds like he's backing Ruan for the max snatch and Driss for the run portion. Brandon Jacobs, former competing athlete himself, aka at CF B-Man on Instagram.
Already just having a look at those preloaded bars, we've got Conrad Winovitz in lane number 4 with above 110 for his opening snatch. Definitely the heaviest bar that I can see out on the floor, but then again, just going back to our previous heat, Darren Zernomer opening at 105, but finishing off with the heaviest of the day at 122. So anything can happen here.
Yeah, you also have to expect that at this level, there's a bit of a strategy at play, right? just because you see a barbell with a weight that might not look particularly heavy is no indication that that's anywhere near the athlete's max. We've seen athletes at the upper end of the echelon play this mind game where they select a weight to give the rest of the field the impression that this is what they're about that day, and then all of a sudden that second or third lift is ginormous. So if you look at that barbell behind Jason Smith, I think a typical example of what I'm saying, he's got, looks like, what, 105 key mat on the bar?
Yeah, I think there's a set of ones on there, maybe 107. His judge is standing right in front of his board.
Keelan Henry also picking up the event win earlier today in event 3,
But
looking to make a charge up the leaderboard.
Keelan opening around that 90 kg mark. But then directly alongside Keelan as well is that Driss with a 84 kilogram opening snatch.
So fun fact about Keelan Henry, we know he has a rugby background, but did you know he was a hooker?
I would assume so.
Sorry, for those listening in, let me qualify that. Hooker is a position in rugby for any of you get a interesting thought about the previous occupation that Keelan might have had. So just to say, he was a hooker, he played number 2, incredible athlete, and he is of the firm belief, and we can believe it, that transition while he was about 20 kgs heavier at the time, Matt.
Unbelievable to even think that Keelan could be 20 kgs heavier. All right, in our previous heat, we saw DT Botha coming off the run at the 3-minute mark. So ahead of this pack as well. From what we can hear, all these athletes got around about 60 meters left on their first 800-meter run buy-in. Justin Holiday making his way off of his air runner and approaching his bar at 105 kilos to open up for his 1-rep max snatch. Keelan Henry straight off of his assault runner. Justin Holiday approaching his bar. And that's a very nice, solid 105 kilogram opener for Justin. Keelan with an easy 90 kilogram power snatch. Jason Smith, 107. Almost looks like he overpulled that, if I'm honest. And here we go, James van Dongen, a 90 kg snatch opener with almost a muscle snatch from James. Ruan Portgida, 110 kgs on the bar.
I'm not going to lie, Ruan Portgida, I just enjoy watching him compete. He's got such a sleeper build on him, but he does such incredible work. I mean, that's a massive load for his frame.
Yeah, 112 out of his first lift. Unbelievable. Justin Holiday following Ruan Portgida and matching his initial score of 112. Right over here, Daniel Griesel, 105. Here we go, he's going up. 115 on the bar for Daniel Griesel. And right in the back there, Connor Vinner that's going for 120 kgs. And he gets it. I can see just off to the side of James van Dongen's screen.
115 key on the bar for Daniel Griesel. Oh, we just missed that.
This is going to be big. Connor Vinowitz is going for the event win over here with 124 kgs getting loaded up.
Oh, are you kidding me? This man.
That is 120 on the bar for...
Jason Smith makes that lift now.
Jason Smith at 117.
15 seconds remaining. Keelan Henry going big, unfortunately not sticking that one.
And unfortunately, James van Dongen just missing his 101 snatch. Rod Potgieter with what we can see, 122 on the bar. And that will match the previous score from the last heat.
Matt, and they're off to the races, the final portion of the day for these athletes. You're going to have to assume it's all touch and go here, right, Matt?
It's got to be. And judging by the scores that we saw in the first event, it seems like Daniel Griesel might be opting for singles here.
Yeah, keeping in mind he is coming into this competition with a
but here we go,
slight tear in the
Damien
hamstrings.
Boetus, Conrad Vineritz. Jason Smith is back to the runner. This is Damien Boetus all the way out in lane number 10. He seemed to be first on the assault runner. It's all about what kind of pace you can pick up, but Justin Holiday right over here in the bottom of your screen, lane 1, looking very strong. Weight belts and wrist straps are flying, Kent.
Absolutely. Listen, any few grams to shave the weight there, Matt. The final send of the day here, Matt.
I'm really just impressed seeing athletes come through to semifinals and come back a second year in a row and repeat their effort. I'm really blown away by Conrad Vineritz out in lane number 4. Last year at Fittest in Cape Town, he actually dropped in at my box for 2 weeks before Fittest. And I mean, this kid was already on another level. I say kid lightly, but he's 20 years old. And just proving himself so much, currently sitting in 4th place on the leaderboard overall. You can see him there in lane number 3. He hit a comfortable 120 kg snatch. Just missed the 124, which would have taken the win for test number 4. Easily going touch and go, but this is kind of the future of the sport. We are excited to see these youngsters coming in. James van Dongen, another big name. Last year, his first semi-final event, finishing in 9th. Currently sitting in 3rd place overall. Right up there with the big dogs, Jason Smith and Keelan Henry.
It's going to be an absolute push to the finish here.
We are just waiting for that first judge's hand to go up. Right over there on Josh Kernot's face, you can just see the pain. Justin Holiday, his judge's
The big
hand.
man himself.
First hand up. And Justin Holiday is just chasing down the Toy Boetus score. Over here, Damien Boetus on the right of your screen. And Justin Holiday.
You legend, Justin
Taking
Holiday.
the heat win. Josh Kernot hanging on for dear life over there in lane number 9. But this is where things are going to get exciting. Right at the end, Damien Boetus just ahead of Josh Kernot.
James Van
There we
Dongen
go,
looking at
James Van
rocking it up
Dongen
next.
just
Jason
behind
Smith.
Jason Smith. James Van Dongen just behind Jason Smith. Keelan Henry, only one spot between Jason and himself. And there he is, Conor Vineritz.
And your snatch portion of the event winner looking to wrap up his portion of the run now.
Rod Potgieter bringing it home. Just behind Daniel Griesel.
Hey guys, down here, last event, day 2, Justin Holiday. Damn, man, you can run. How was that? What were you? There's so many questions I have right now. Let's start at the beginning. How was that?
That was extremely painful. Throughout 200 meters in, my legs were burning. Tried to close my eyes a little bit and just suffer through.
Dude, you're literally living proof that muscle and like a fridge can run. Seriously, the size of you, the fact that you just made that charge, How happy are you right now? I mean, that's your first event win for the weekend. How has that changed the game you mentally looking forward?
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a good one for me, so I wanted to try to capitalize and do the best I could out there. I think I did well.
Dude, look, that was really, really good. Again, how are you looking overall, though, going into that event? I mean, top 5, top 6?
I think I was lying 6th, so hopefully that should help me out a bit.
Man, that's definitely going to pump you up in the ratings. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the rest of the weekend. But, man, that was amazing. I see there you train with the training think tank. Not a homegrown athlete at the moment. Well, you're homegrown, but not a South African athlete. Where do you train?
Yeah, I'm training out of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So a couple of us who train out there, we try to put in the hard work that side.
Hey, man, one of our international South Africans, I called you guys. Look, take nothing away from you. You've put the hard work in. Good to come back. How does the altitude affect you coming out of the desert and then here into South Africa?
I try not to focus on that. We train in a bit more heat, so it's a little bit more comfortable training in some cooler conditions.
Fair point, man. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm still a little bit blown away how fast you managed to lock down that 800 meter. What pace were you running at?
I kind of started around 3 minutes, and that was a big mistake. Probably should have tried to end at that pace. I kind of dropped off a little bit from there.
Dude, seriously, that was epic. I cannot wait to see what you got tomorrow. Best of luck, man.
Thank you. Cheers.